What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are about to have some fun.
Define fun.
Yeah.
And number one, just want to give you guys a heads up. It is the heat wave in Ohio right now, so I apologize if the audio is not perfect. As you can see, we have the AC running and we have a new fan up there. So that's saving us right now. But we have a couple boxes right here next to me, and you might be able to see what they say on them. We're going to be bagged and boosted. But as you can see, the front end is very low, and I know we kind of teased it in one of the last videos that we did. It's low enough that it is starting to kind of be an issue. So at work, we had it in the showroom for some of the paint work that you guys have already seen done, and it pulled off part of the exhaust, even using ramps. So it's time to do something. As you can also see, keeping that same paint scheme, we've got the Airlift 5-gallon air tank that Donovan painted to kind of keep the same scheme going. He absolutely murdered that. I walked back, and it was funny because I could actually see him splattering it, and he was having so much fun with it. I was like, nice. I like that. So again, Donovan, thank you so much for everything that you've done, especially on this. It looks incredible. But getting into some of these boxes, we are going to be running the Airlift system. So this is actually the pressure and height system, so it's going to control both. Which I've heard is kind of the best of both worlds. One of these boxes has the second compressor in it, but that box over there on the end is one of the compressors. We are going to be running a 2-compressor setup. I've heard for bags that's the best thing you can do. Number one, puts less strain on the compressor itself, which they are known at times to fail, but also with a second compressor, you have a backup in case one of them goes out. But the cool thing about this system that I learned, and I don't know if Nick, if you even knew this or not, but these systems actually retain pressure unless there is a leak. So if you air it up, let's say, and the compressor fails, it's going to stay at that same pressure unless there's a leak or unless you air it out, even if the compressor is broken. So that's actually kind of cool. But again, for an extra 200 bucks, it's best to have a second compressor. So we're going to be getting the car jacked up in the air. We're going to get the wheels off. We'll probably pop in with an update once we start kind of unboxing everything and laying it out. But we're going to try to get as much done as we can. We're not going to do a detailed install of any of this, but we will kind of do like a walkthrough at the end, and we'll show you clips throughout the process, maybe do a time lapse or something like that. But we'll get back to you guys here shortly.
Alright guys, we're back for an update. As you can see, we got the car jacked up on all 4 corners. For starters, we're just kind of handling, because today's Friday right night after work. So we're going to start just by getting the front McPherson struts out, and then we're going to lower that rear cradle, get the shocks out, and possibly get the bags in too, just so it's not hanging.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna knock these out real quick, and then we'll bring you guys right back on once we have more for you. Most of the mechanical stuff is pretty simple. The longest part is probably gonna be, would you say, like running the air lines?
Yeah. From what I've read online, now granted, we've always said if we can install a Whipple ourselves, we can do this. But the general consensus that I've gathered from watching other videos and listening to people talk about installing these is if you can do springs, you can do bags. Yeah. It's basically the same thing. I mean, the front assemblies, I don't think we showed you guys in the box yet, but just so you kind of get an idea here, the front assemblies are already put together, caster camber plates and everything. So we don't even, all we have to do is basically unbolt it, pop it in, we're done.
Yeah.
The rears, we have to do a little bit of assembly, but it's no different than doing springs.
Yep.
It's just the lines and the harnesses.
Yeah.
That's all.
So we're going to do all that, and we'll probably bring you guys back on once we got an update for you. Alright guys, we're back with another update, the final one for tonight anyway. You'll see more tomorrow. But as you can see, I'm very filthy and tired and dirty. But we got the front McPherson struts out on both sides. And we got, as you can see over there, next to his tires, the rear springs are out. So, next we gotta throw, well, before we can throw them in, we have to put in the fittings, and yeah. I think the lines you do while they're in there, maybe?
Well, no, you can do, so with these guys, they actually have braided
nice
attachments that we put in, okay. And then what happens is, behind the liner, so we'll have to remove the liners, and then where this comes out, it kind of flops in here a little bit and gives you some slack for movement, whatever. And then you'll run the air hose. There's a fitting that goes on here, and it'll attach to the actual air hose. Gotcha. And then that's what runs back. So the fronts have these guys. So once we attach these to, they fit on this bottom port from what I've been seeing. So one end will go right there. Screw that in, and then that just kind of hangs, and then we could honestly use like one of those C-clamp mounts and just use a self-tapper. At least that's what CJ Pony Parts did in their video, and go from there. I don't know how all this shit works though.
We'll figure that out at a later time.
We don't need those where we're going.
But yeah, that's basically it. We were just doing teardown tonight, but I'm tired. Next weekend is 4th of July, and my family always does a crazy fireworks show, which we may or may not record for the first year. We don't know. We'll see what happens.
We'll see how drunk I get.
But we will see you guys tomorrow, and we're gonna start throwing the meat and potatoes in and get the lines ran and hook everything up, and hopefully it works and we don't have any issues. So.
But just so you guys know, if you buy this kit, this is gonna be kind of how it comes. There's like 5 boxes total, including the air tank. So in the one box, you have the front strut assemblies with some instructions, user guides, pretty much everything that goes with them. The other box, you're gonna have the rear and pretty much everything that goes with them. So they have the bag, and then there's like a hat attachment that you have to put on there. Then you're gonna have a couple other random boxes of stuff. In the one box, it had all of this stuff in there. So it has one of the compressors, and then the second compressor just comes in a box like that by itself with the harness. Then you have another box in here that has some fittings and stuff. You also have your air hose and your harness. So this is gonna be what we cut and kind of run throughout the car. This will be what runs to the trunk and all the way up here to the relay. And we'll kind of give you guys a rundown how we run this, whatever, once we're done, because we're gonna have to figure it out a little bit. But still.
Yeah, his neighbors are a little crazy with fireworks. It's not even July yet.
Right.
It's close, but it's not July yet, and they're going crazy.
Then you have another box that has your sensors and all the doohickeys. So you got all the parts for those. You've got, looks like some more wiring and stuff in the bottom. You got your height sensors. And it actually, in the directions, I was flipping through them, has a diagram to show like how to put them in properly and all that, which is kind of cool. So that's nice. At least they come with good directions. Which I'll give credit. I know the Whipple did too, for the most part. Then this box is kind of where we get into the meat and the potatoes of everything else. So we have the main box, essentially. I forget exactly what they call it.
I think that's the air manifold.
Yeah. That's what they call it, air manifold. And then in here we actually have what's going to go in the car. And obviously this system can be run from a phone app too, but this is going to be the main module. So you have there's an up and down for each one, for each corner.
And I think there's also preset settings you can do for specific ride heights.
So these guys will kind of be all your presets. So typically I think they have one that's like all air up. You have your low, you can set it to, typically what most people do is your aired out is one of these. you have your lowest ride height, and then you kind of have like your medium ride height, and then fully aired up is usually what people do.
Cool.
But this thing's actually a lot smaller than what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be similar to like our tuners that are kind of thick and beefy, but interesting. So if you buy this kit, that's kind of what it's gonna come with, unless you do a bunch of other random add-ons and stuff. I pretty much did the only add-ons that you could do, which were to add another compressor and whatever else. I'm sure there's more, you know, if you really look into it, but just so you guys have an idea of, you know, what you can expect if you buy one of these kits. So other than that, like Nick said in the last clip, we're gonna wrap it up for the night, and we will see you tomorrow.
What's up, guys? Next day, as you can see, I am filthy and sweaty, so is Andy. We got an update for you, and by far, from what we can tell, everything associated with putting the rear bags in is the difficult part. The bags itself is fairly simple. Some of the bolts were kind of a pain for the top little perch there that you have to bolt to the bag before you put it in. But we figured that out with just a box end wrench. But the little guy on the bottom that you got to put in is kind of a bitch to line up with the bag hole itself, the threaded part, wouldn't you say?
Very.
So
that was a pain in the ass.
It may not be the right way, but we found out by accident because I didn't realize the lock washer popped off. It seems to go in a lot easier without the lock washer.
Yeah.
But I think we might just put some Loctite on it and call it good, because I can't figure out or seem to figure out how else you're going to get it in there.
No.
Maybe if we had it on a rack to where we could get it up in the air, we're not on our backs just fucking with shit, you know?
Right.
So,
that might make sense.
They're in there. We got the shocks in there, which the shocks are pretty neat. If you haven't looked at them yet, they are adjustable for, here, I'll get some light for you. They are adjustable so you can soften or stiffen them up, which is nice, because airbags as a whole have come a long way over the years. They are kind of just like a performance suspension setup, meaning you just like if you wanted to get a drag set of like shocks, they're normally double adjustable. These are not, obviously, but they are adjustable so you can make it stiff or loose, which is nice. So at the track you could stiffen it up and launch a little harder. So we'll see if we ever end up doing that one of these days. But like I just said, we got the shock in, we got the air spring in, and everything's wrapped up in the back, other than doing the lines and everything else. We're just trying to start with all the mechanical stuff to bolt up the suspension, and we're good to go. So what's next is the fronts. This one, as you can see, is already in there. Andy wanted to test fit it, but we got to pull it back out, obviously, because we got to put in the fitting, right?
Yeah.
And we got to get that braided line on there.
The main thing we were trying to do was, actually it'd be easier to show you on this one. So these are actually pretty nice because they are adjustable, and you have caster camber plates, basically part of the system. So what we were trying to figure out was, with how the Coyotes are set up here on the shock tower, how adjustable they're going to be. So we just wanted to kind of see what we were working with there.
I haven't quite figured out how you're supposed to even adjust it unless you're literally just using like a tiny little Allen key and hoping for the best, because obviously you can't reach anything you're reaching for when you're trying to do the alignment or whatever, but we'll figure it out. Obviously that's a lot further down the line. Obviously we need to get the suspension to operate.
Right, that's
before we
goal
even
number one.
Before we even get down to that rabbit hole. So yeah, that's your update for you. Luckily it's cooled down a little bit today. In Ohio it rained a little, so we're not quite as bad as it was when I got here today, because I was dying.
Yeah, it was hot.
But I think we're going to take a break here for a second, maybe go get some food, and yeah,
get back to it.
All right, family, friends, sister, brothers, and cousins, we are back.
Cousin, brother, uncle, sister, mom.
Yeah, uncle. Anyway, we just got the front air shocks, I guess, or springs, whatever you want to call them, in. As you can see, it's all hooked up to the suspension on both sides. We got our little dampener adjusters in there. It seems like it's just a little magnetic deal, because kind of I can find the right place where it clicks. Or yeah, maybe it is just magnetic.
I think it is.
Ah, there it goes. But yeah, we got them in there. So all four corners now have airbags on it.
So I mean, in all reality, we could put the wheels on and lower the car down, but we still have lines to run to make them all function.
Yes, and it wouldn't go anywhere because it would be max floor.
Right.
There's nothing holding the car up at that point. So.
Right.
But yep, all we have left now is to run the lines, the wiring, and install the tank, hook up all the lines to the tank, compressors, all the, it may not sound easy, but comparatively to the hell on earth that we just went through right now,
it's going to be pretty easy.
It's going to be pretty easy.
Plus,
so
this was actually in our last update when I was kind of talking to you guys. This is kind of the spot that I was trying to show you. So behind the liner, there's a grommet right here, and technically this grommet is supposed to have a nipple on it, but we've already cut it off to run the watt box.
Yep.
So that's where we're gonna feed everything through, and it's gonna run down into the interior trim, back into the trunk. Now, the trunk setup that we're gonna do right now, it's probably not gonna be perfect. It's probably not gonna be our final thing. As of right now, we're just trying to get it done so it's functional. But I say we get to working on that. We'll get you guys an update here shortly.
Yes, sir. All right, brothers and sisters and uncles, we are back finally. It is currently 12:09, so not a quick install by any means. Yeah. But can you imagine how much longer it would be if we were doing a step-by-step guide? Which personally, we haven't said this on the channel yet, we are trying to get away from that, because we just kind of want to get back to our roots, but unrelated to this video today. But another update for you guys. We left you off with the install of the rear shocks and springs and the front springs, and we were going to work on the wiring slash running the airlines. We have not run wiring yet, but we have run all of the airlines except for
the one from the tank.
The one from the tank that goes to the filter. Nice little diagram for you so you can figure out how to run everything, which is super nice.
It actually is. And we can show them in the trunk a little bit.
So if we come in here, you can see we got our manifold mounted. I'm not sure if we showed you that yet, but you can see we got 6 connections here and 1 is missing. That's your front left, front right, rear left, rear right. That goes to your tank filter, and that is your drain. And as you can see, we got the drain going down through that hole, which basically comes out by your right side rear muffler, obviously. And then obviously we're giving ourselves lots of room to play with here. Nothing is permanent that you see. We're just trying to get it up and running, essentially. So yeah, the rears are actually stupid easy. If you see, there's a grommet there. That one the carpet's covering, so you can't see it, but there's a grommet there. Poke a hole through that, and if you look behind our wonderful strut here, you can get into the area there from there. Now we did, however, have to open that hole a little bit, didn't we?
We did. It was a little, I mean, would it have worked? Yes.
It would have been extremely tight, and I didn't know how I felt about that, especially with the vibrations of a running vehicle going down the road.
Right, especially with how much we rip on the cars.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see from just from this little piece of airline, it's pretty durable, but I mean, you can put some pressure on it. It doesn't really bend that easily.
But vibration on a stationary object over time, it could slightly cut into it over time. You never know.
Right, and you don't want to run into that problem with these guys.
Yes.
That's what this whole system relies on. So,
but that's basically it for the front or the rear. The front, however, we got her hooked up there. You can see we got our nice little rubberized strap there going in the same place we went for the watt box. and the driver's side is literally identical. It's the same process, except it's going through the driver's side. Now, after it comes out, we kind of got it going through here, we went a little too crazy on this side and opened this thing up and went through this, and then kind of tucked it through there into the back. But if you want to do it the easy way, literally just go on the lower side of this, because nothing is in the way. So that's probably how we're going to run the wiring, however, just to make things a little bit easier on us. And then we should be good. And then obviously we'll put the tank in, get it all prepped before we throw it in, get everything hooked up, and see if we can power up.
Right, we're pretty much there. I mean, once we route this harness and actually, well, we got to put in the compressor, which, off topic kind of, but speaking of the compressor, as you guys can see, we have 2 compressors.
Ghost compressors.
And the specific company that I bought this from, not going to mention anybody, they're usually fantastic. I mentioned something about the second harness because if you look, it's actually down here on this side. So this little connector right here is what would go to the second harness. However, you have to have a whole second harness like this, and it's another 150 bucks, and obviously we don't have that. So as of right now, we're going to be running it off of 1 compressor rather than 2 until we get that harness, and then we got to run it.
I don't know about you guys, but if you're spending, can I say, a couple $1,000 on an airlift system, or air suspension from any brand really, you would think if you told them, hey, I want to run a second compressor, they would be like, oh, you're gonna need a harness with that. Would you like me to add that to your order?
Well, especially when I said something about said harness and then didn't get it. But it's not really the end of the world. Same thing like with these height sensors. These are kind of new. We're gonna install those at a later time. It even says in the instructions, it's basically gonna be the pressure system right now and not height.
I mean, funny enough, now that I'm thinking about it, this same thing kind of happened to me when we were doing the Whipple stuff. I got it from a certain guy that helped me out and saved me a lot of money buying the blower and everything else, but what he didn't sell me was the IAT harness that he knew I needed to run, but he didn't put it in the kit. So it is what it is.
It's part of modifying cars. It's never going to be perfect. You know,
at the end of the day, I mean, there's 1,000 different things that go into these things, and you're gonna screw up. There's human error at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And at the end of the world, or at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. It's not something that's going to hold us up right now. I can still run a single compressor and power up the system. It's just not something you want to do on a bag system, is run it like that all the time. But
hole, oh. But we reserve the right to bitch.
yes. You know what I always say? What are you gonna do? Except the big 3. Bitch, moan, complain. See you in the next update.
All right, guys, it's a little after 1 a.m. It's turning into an all-nighter, brother.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
God dang.
Yeah, I wasn't playing around. I was making sure that sucker was making it through. But can't remember because my brain is foggy, but I'm pretty sure we told you about all the lines and everything as far as the air lines are concerned. Yep. We're working on the AC, holy crap, the wiring, and as you can see, our pre-existing nipple has already kind of been used a lot. So we gave up on that, and we made a new hole, but that took a lot of work to make it to actually go through, but we got it. So now we just gotta button up like where we want it in here, and then throw the interior together, and then kind of button it up on that side, and then pop the grommet back in because it kind of popped out a little because she was a little toy.
Little
toy. Nick got poked in the finger a couple times with the wire we were using to pull it through, and it's a great time. It's a great time.
Himself in the face with a dick.
Yeah, that was pretty sketchy. He about freaking gave himself a eyeball piercing.
Nose piercing's enough.
But yeah, that's just a quick little baby update for you. But we're probably gonna give you another one once we actually get the wiring hooked up, and then after that, all we'll have to do really is set up the tank, hook up that air line over there, because we realized we forgot to actually plug it into the bag and trim the line or whatever it is. And yeah, so we'll hook that up, figure all that out, and we'll bring you guys right back on. What's up, guys? We got another update for you. We did get the wires ran through, up in there, up out. We got.
Oh, it was ran through all right. Nick finger fucked the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I did kind of have to finger fuck it. But anyway, this is your fusible one that needs to. It's your remote turn on, similar to like an amplifier in a car. Obviously, you need 12-volt source. This fuse right yonder in my hand goes right here, and all Ford Mustangs, for whatever reason, come with them from the factory for what, Andy?
Blind spot monitors.
Blind spot monitors that the vehicle isn't even equipped with.
My blind spot monitors are these guys right here, which is
use your mirrors, people.
Second piece of glass.
But we just wanted to show you how dumb this is. Like recently, we've been kind of like trashing, like trash talking like companies, and I don't want to trash talk a company that I haven't experienced any of their stuff for myself.
Let me explain this.
But this is just dumb, guys.
So this is from Whipple, right? So we've got a nice little fuse tap. It seems just really nice, right? It just plugs in.
And then it perfectly happens. The wires are perfect. They fit in there. It's kind of nice, right?
Well, and this is what this one gives us. There's a fuse that we had to put in.
Which is fine. Like the fusible link thing is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's normal. Like you want to have a backup in case there is a power spike and you don't fry your equipment. That's not what we're complaining about. We're saying this piece right here. That's nice. This is a good idea.
In the bag of goodies over here, we discovered a couple pieces that we had never seen before. And we're like, well, what the fuck is that? And it's going to be this guy.
We're like, what the hell is that thing?
Like, it looks like the male end, but what the fuck is it for? So what's it for, Nick?
It is for...
What did we discover?
The fuse. So there's a secondary one. I think the reason that's so big, if you grab that other fuse that's in that bag, I bet you it fits that like a glove. Like this one fits this one like a glove. So take a look here. There's a hole in this piece here.
Wouldn't you know?
Look at that, it fits like a glove. So now you guys understand what's happening? Do you get it? What the fuck? Airlift.
Is it making sense?
But this is the fuse in question that we're about to install. There's a hole in it so it fits in there, and let me go over here and plug her in.
Do the doohickey.
That is so fucking hack, bro. For $5,000, I'm just gonna say it. For $5,000.
Actually, it's more than that.
A little more. But if you got the single one, if you got the single...
tax and everything out the door was almost $6,000.
Well, regardless.
But still.
Let's call it MSRP, not out the door, $5,000. Whatever. Who the hell cares? This is just numbers at this point. $5,000 for an airlift system. Whatever. We get it. It's expensive. There's a lot of R&D and all that crap. You couldn't spend $2 more.
$2 on Amazon.
We just looked it up. $2 on Amazon for a 2-pack of these. You're telling me you would rather do this bass-ackwards bullshit,
ghetto,
sketchy-looking garbage than just... Like, that looks more physically appealing. It looks like it's going to last the long period of the lifespan of the vehicle. Like, what the fuck were you smoking? Because I want some.
Same.
Like, like, we'll use it, whatever. I already told him to order some of these just because it'll look better. It'll probably last better. Because it's not an open fucking copper fucking thing. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Maybe people just say we're stupid and it's just a little small thing. Why are you getting so worked up? But it's a lot of money, guys. Like, you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot.
You can spend another $2. Why doesn't that just...
Right, why do we have to spend
Why do we have to spend the $2 more? It should just be included. Like, whatever. But, yep, we're going to hook that up there, and then we're going to hook up the power and ground to the battery with another fusible link for the power, anyway.
That apparently we have to cut.
That apparently we have to cut because it's just a loop right now for some reason. I don't know. We're loopy. It's late. We're tired, but we're going to get this sucker going. We swear. But
we'll be back shortly.
Yeah. All right, guys. It is 5 a.m., but as you can see, battery's hooked back up. Wheels are on. The tank isn't bolted down, and neither is the compressor, the one that we can run right now. But everything as it sits is hooked up to run.
That's what we're hoping for.
We're hoping for anyway. Yeah.
So the game plan now is we're gonna drop her down, see how everything is. We're gonna make sure the system calibrates, kicks on, does what it's supposed to do. Then we'll raise it back up, put the liners back in. We actually won't have to take the rear wheels off again.
No, actually, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'll just be the fronts. Make sure everything is as it needs to be, and then we'll kind of mess with it a little bit, air it up, air it down, see what it does, and then we'll get back to you guys.
Cool. So?
Holy fucking shit, dude.
She's dirt nasty, little buddy. We haven't tested it yet, but we had to get it on the ground so we could get it to put air in the bags. But
that was fucking sketchy, by the way.
Yeah, it was very scary. It's weird when you don't have a suspension at all.
Like this.
Yeah. This thing was freaking sideways, bro.
Holy fucking shit.
All right, well, we're gonna, I guess, try to do the calibration and see what the fuck happens.
Let's do it.
Do it again. This is so cool. Did something.
Air it out a little bit.
It's just calibrating, guys. Give it a sec. Woo! I can only imagine how much faster this would have been if we could have ran the other second compressor.
Oh, yeah.
This process would have been so much faster, I bet. I'm going to do it this time. I know it. Or down and up.
I know we definitely need to adjust my camber.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, that was sick.
Holy shit, fuck, bud. All right, guys, it is multiple days later. As you saw, we pulled an all-nighter. Ain't that right, Andy?
That sure is right. We decided to say, fuck our sleep schedule.
Yeah, but as you see, the car is on the ground once again, and it's in full 4x4 mode.
Yes, sir.
And we got a little bit of something to show you. We did off camera. We did get it working when we left, but unfortunately, we could not figure out for the life of us why we couldn't get it to raise or lower per our command. And he did figure that out.
I can kind of elaborate. So what we were doing was, as you see, we both have battery tenders over here. So we were running. There we go. We were running it off of the battery tender, and we were just in power mode or on. We weren't
running
key on, engine off, basically. And people said for the calibration, that's okay. It doesn't take that much battery. Well, come to find out, the issue we were having was the battery voltage was dropping below 12, which was throwing the whole system for a loop. So what I ended up doing was getting the car jump started with fancy jump pack, wherever it is, getting the car jump started, I basically wiped out the calibration that we did a factory reset, recalibrated the system. As soon as it recalibrated, I was able to set everything up, and now we are fully functioning with the bags. So what we kind of did today was where we left off the other night, or morning, whatever you want to call it.
Got here on Saturday, didn't leave till Sunday.
The other thing was we were also trying to be courteous because it was so early in the morning. We didn't really want to start the car, you know.
At 7 a.m. on Sunday.
Or 5 a.m.
Or 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 3 or any of the numbers.
So we finished off where we left it, and now we have somewhat of a trunk setup. Anyway, trunk setup. So we're not perfect, but not bad for a couple of goofballs.
Not bad for a couple of goofballs. But enough dilly-dally. Let's show them the meat and potatoes.
So,
I suppose. Ugh.
Heavy. So, I don't know if you guys saw the controller in the previous video. I don't know if we showed you that.
I don't know if we showed it like up close, really.
Fucking Recaros. And cam-lock seatbelts. Ouch. So, this is your controller. Now, I'll power it on here in a second, but you have your driver's side, front, up and down, passenger side, up and down, and then same thing for the rears, up and down. Then you have different buttons here. A lot of these are presets. You know, maybe at one point we'll do a video kind of showing the controller, because there's really not a whole lot out there. But for now, let's power this baby on, and let's close this door and show you the meat and the potato.
How about to eat shit? Alrighty, let's see her do what you do. She's a little lower than she just was, but holy hell. I mean, just look at the lip. She's a little low, bud.
Oh my God, it's like getting out of a vet.
I have to get you some, what are those shoes that Corvette guys wear?
New Balances?
Yeah, we have to get you some New Balances.
And some khaki shorts and a...
Got the rears camera in. Sheesh.
Dude, I just can't believe, I didn't think those meats were gonna talk like that.
No, they always do. I see it all the time.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, I guess because they do camber to all hell, so. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my God.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and at least when we saw it when it came down from the jack stands, I can't remember if the camera was running or not when we did that. But dude, I'm pretty sure it's actually touching right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like the frame?
Yeah.
No shit.
I'm pretty sure it's touching. It's hard to tell because it's so dark up underneath there, but I'm 90% sure that is basically touching right there.
Yeah, it is pretty close, if not.
At least the bolt is touching.
Dude, your headers are so close to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
What the heck?
Oh, yeah, they are. Holy fucking shit. Well, I think overall it was time consuming because a few things fought us. Honestly, it was easier than that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do understand. Sorry, I'm gonna walk and talk. I do kind of understand what Bill was saying though, that if you can install springs, you can install bags. Because in all reality, granted we had a couple things back here that fought us. If we would have done it on a lift, we probably would not have had those issues. The reason we had those issues was because we did jack and jack stands. We didn't pull a bill though. We at least used power tools.
Yeah.
For most of it.
We're calling you out, Bill. Quit using hand tools, bro. There's a freaking impact sitting on the freaking counter.
Right. Come on, bro. But I think he's doing it because he's trying to be like the regular person.
Yes,
so I guess that makes sense. Makes sense. It's just funny when watching it. You're like, bruh, come on. But really, it wasn't that bad. Running lines and running the electrical, anybody can really figure that out for the most part. hardest part's getting the car ripped apart to do it. You know what I mean? Would you agree?
Yeah.
But I would say these really were not that bad to install. I honestly thought they were going to be a lot worse than what they were. But I'm definitely happy with the purchase, I would say. And Donovan absolutely killed it with the tank. And obviously you guys have already seen everything else done. Or you're going to, however we decide to structure this.
Yes.
But there's been a lot done to the car this year alone, bags included. Yeah, holy shit, dude.
Mustang Week's gonna be a hell of a time, I tell you what.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I gotta go home before I fall.
You're tripping on everything, bro.
For real.
This is workers' comp claim. Get the fuck out.
I'm about to leave, guys.
I just can't believe how good that sits.
It does look pretty good. You got me feeling a certain type of way, but is what it is.
What way is that? Horny.
Okay. All right, well, anywho, I'm sure this will probably be a slightly longer video. I will try to cut as much of the BS out of it as possible.
I don't think it's going to be all that long.
No?
We didn't really record all that
Yeah,
much.
because this wasn't quite a...
We didn't do a detailed install.
Yeah, we're not...
We just did updates.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, you know what? Let's throw this one part in the video, though. Instead of us talking the entire time doing a detailed install, what do you think, if you had to pick one spot that was the hardest part of this install, what would you say it was?
To be honest, just being in that trunk and setting up that tank, because...
That's, yeah.
Especially because I'm a big boy.
It's fair.
And I was getting stabbed in the back first by you. I mean, then basically, yeah, the trunk kind of sucked just because I'm a big guy and I was getting...
and it doesn't help that I have a harness bar in the back seat and all that. It's small, confined. I don't know. I would say I'm torn. There's a bug in
Squirrel.
There, I'm torn between the trunk setup or doing the rear suspension itself.
I mean, it sucked, but I wasn't in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah. I mean, I would say if it weren't for my tiny fingers, doing the bolt that had to go up into the stud or whatever you want to call it, that plate, that would suck.
Yeah.
Regardless. I think that the rear suspension for me was probably one of the worst. The tank setup, I mean, really, it's all about how you do it, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was just curious, though. I wanted to throw that in the video to see, like, what we thought was the worst part.
Yeah. Well, what did you think was the worst part?
I would say I'm torn between the tank setup or the
rear bags.
Yeah, like the suspension in the rear.
Specifically, just that little cup or puck that goes in from the bottom of the control arm. That thing was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah. But again, like you said, if we would have had a lift and not a jack,
then maybe we wouldn't have had some of the problems that we did.
But we're rambling at this point, so it is after 10 on a
work night.
So,
but we're done.
We're done. But
how many working hours do you think it took us?
Total? Including Friday?
If we account for Friday and say tonight, what do you think we're at? Like 20?
Probably close to 20, yeah.
Which isn't bad for just two goofballs.
Just a couple of goofballs.
But anyway, back to what we were saying.
But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next one. Make sure, like, we are kind of low-key killing it right now.
keep blowing this up.
Keep blowing the stuff up. Like,
watch out for the shorts.
Watch out for the shorts. They've been kind of getting up there a little bit. Even the regular videos have been getting up there pretty decent. So share the videos, comment down below, like, it really helps. We're gonna kill it this year.
We're gonna kill it. And get ready to see us at Mustang.
Yes, sir. So we will see you in the next one. Peace.